Congressman Byron Donalds was on CNN, and being a black man himself, they tried to trap him with a take Al Sharpton gave about there being no black members of Donald Trump's cabinet. He shut it down, and you're going to want to hear his answer. Sharpton's fellow race hustler, Joy Reid, something needs to be done about the quite frankly dangerously false and hateful rhetoric coming out of this woman's mouth. How is she allowed to say stuff like what she said in the clip that I'm about to show you? It has an impact on people and not only sows division, but puts people in danger, as you're about to see. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show. Joy Reid had the president of Media Matters on her show, and you're not going to believe the fear-mongering spewed from this conversation. How is this allowed on MSNBC? I have no idea, but watch for yourself.
Planning to do. I mean, one of the things that Russ Vought is advocating for is the elimination of all the post-Watergate norms in order to weaponize the DOJ. And he also is somebody that's advocating for deploying the military against U.S. citizens in order to quench dissent or protest. So when you have a guy like John McEntee and that database, part of the pre-vetting isn't just, they check off all the boxes in terms of like their professional skills. It's also that, they're sufficiently loyal that they will allow us to do all these things that otherwise would be illegal or not allowed to be done.
And the thing is, you can't say that enough. And I want you to say more about that, because you're talking about deploying the U.S. military. Remember, Mark Esper, who was Donald Trump's Secretary of Defense for a while, told him, no, you cannot shoot American citizens. You can't have the military shoot American citizens. He's going to replace people in the Department of Defense with people who will say you can, and that you can deploy the military against protesters, that you can arrest journalists for reporting things that Donald Trump doesn't like, that sort of thing, right?
That is exactly right.
That's exactly right. Like, are you kidding me? Joy Reid, you can shoot American citizens. Donald Trump is going to have the U.S. military shoot American citizens. And you think this doesn't have an impact? It does. This is creating a segment of radical leftists who openly hate their family, friends, and neighbors for choosing the other side of the political party. For example, this Connecticut school teacher who no longer has her job because of this viral TikTok that she posted. Watch this.
I was in a moment of high emotions, and I shouldn't have ever posted the video.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for. You're not in the clear. And just please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever.
And now you know that putting stuff on social media isn't the way to get
Absolutely
to
not.
elicit change.
Right.
Would you ever consider perhaps running for office or getting involved in something that would perhaps lead to change?
Yes, I think that, that was my initial thought of how I could make a change and how I could share my views, and clearly that is not the right way to go about it.
Annie Dunleavy, we wish you the very best of luck, and thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so those are her values and beliefs, and originally that was the best way that she thought going about expressing herself. But she's now realized that it wasn't the best way, and she'd consider running for political office. Oh, yeah, just what we need. This person in political office. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Well, on the contrary, someone that should be holding political office, Congressman Byron Donalds was on CNN, and being a black man, as I said, they tried to catch him with a take that Al Sharpton gave about there being no black members of Donald Trump's cabinet. He shut it down. Check this out.
We should ask Donald Trump. You talked about black men would be with you. Where's a black man being nominated by you for your cabinet? Has anyone noticed there's no black that has been nominated on his cabinet? That needs to be raised.
Congressman, you have been a very vocal and effective surrogate for Trump and for his campaign and, frankly, the Republican Party. What is your response to this criticism?
I think it's criticism where people are upset that they still lost this election. And so if you were going to ask Reverend Al or anybody else in the Democrat Party, they're still licking their wounds about the fact that this did not work out the way that they thought it was going to. That being said, Donald Trump's cabinet is about people who are going to implement his agenda. And he's not done, by the way. You have Susie Wiles, the first woman ever to serve as chief of staff. You have Marco Rubio, a Cuban American who's going to serve as Secretary of State, representing America across the globe when it comes to foreign policy. You have Tulsi Gabbard going to be at DNI. So many others that are coming, and there's still slots to be filled. So I think everybody needs to pump the brakes and just wait and see what happens.
Do you think Democrats are putting form over substance?
Absolutely. Look, even if you look at how the Democrats filled the Joe Biden cabinet, they wanted to have a piece of every identity, but did they get the job done? Did they actually serve the interest of the American people? Because here's what I know. Whether you black or Hispanic, if the border is unsecure, excuse me, Alejandro Mayorkas, if the border is unsecure, does that help people in their everyday lives? No, it does not. And so what Donald Trump's election is about is bringing competency and reality back to D.C. in the White House, making sure that the job gets done on behalf of the American people, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their creed.
Amen. Well done, Byron. The left can't wrap their heads around this, but this has nothing to do with race or gender. And this has everything to do with competence and getting the right people in to get the job done for the American people. And finally, it's all for naught. Trump literally just nominated NFL veteran Scott Turner as Secretary of HUD. In case you can't see, he's black. There you go. Now, everyone be quiet. Appoint these cabinet members and let's get the American government back working for the American people again. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show.